Hi, everybody.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome to The Mom's View. My name is Shahrzad. This is Kayli Angel, and we have a special guest, Melissa Lawrence from Cloud Mom. Just so you guys know, you can always keep the convo going by using the hashtag TMVTalk and connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. All right, ladies, it's update time. Kayli, what have you been up to?
Oh, you know, just growing a baby. Just same old.
No big deal.
So happy that it's the holidays. Yay! Yeah, so that's
the
all.
Christmas music since August is finally like
everyone is finally joining me in the holiday and celebrating, and I'm so happy about that.
Do you have a favorite Christmas song?
You know what? I really don't, because I love so many. I sound like a crazy person when we talk about Christmas, but I just love it all. And I'm getting ready, getting Christmas presents bought, and you know, decorating.
Oh, you love fun gifts.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm still getting over Halloween, personally.
Angel, you look like an ornament, and I need you on the top of my tree.
Thank you. And you know, I put a black angel on top of my tree, so I could be your real black angel. Yes, I felt like getting into the holiday mood. I love this. I like looking like a little.
So pretty.
Thank you, because I make cookies for Christmas. I make pies. That's when I get my most like. You know, I get very domestic during the holidays.
It's time for our topic of the day. So Melissa has a fabulous YouTube channel, and we're actually going to show you guys a sneak peek of that right now.
Boys tend to pee when you're changing them. It's like, hello, enter the Easy Expressions bra or bustier. So that when you're pumping, you're not standing there, hovered over your pump with like carpal tunnel syndrome going like, Your baby will have these totally delightful, explosive poops.
I love you so much.
That was such a good, like,
I'm looking at that and I can't believe how big my baby's gotten since then. I'm like, oh gosh, she's almost 3.
Oh,
so
wow.
Oh, wow.
That was from when we first started the channel.
What inspired you to start Cloud Mom?
So I started Cloud Mom when I had my 5th baby, and I had 5 babies in 6.5 years.
Oh,
so
get a minute and look at
like,
you. Yes, show it off.
I never sit down probably, but anyway, so it was like boot camp, and I remember with my first, I was just so scared and petrified. I really felt like I was completely lost. I had no idea, you know, how I was going to take care of the baby, what I needed. I would go into one of those big mega stores and be like so totally stressed out. So by the time I had the 5th, I just felt so much more comfortable with what I was doing. And I had a background in video, so I just basically started shooting videos of all the things that I did with the baby. And so that's really how it started as a guide to baby's first year. And since then we've grown, we now have 350 videos for moms on all sorts of stuff, like savings and how to deal with your husband, how to deal with your in-laws, whatever's sort of happening in my life as a mom, I try to put it into a video.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I love that.
I'm glad you had the bustier in there because I had one and I was like, why isn't everyone talking about this? Like I could do email and everything while those suckers, it made me look like it looked like a robber mask or something, like with just the eyes.
I just remember my kids coming up and watching, and they would like stare because they would always sort of be around me looking at what was going on, and they would stare and they'd be like, Mommy, that one's making more milk than the other one. I'd be like, ah! But it was very helpful because I was working in an office at the time when I had the first baby, and they didn't have those, and I would just sit there for hours feeling like I was getting nothing done, and it was sort of adding to the stress of having to pump.
You're such a good resource for people like me that have never seen any of those things before and would be completely overwhelmed with what to do with them. I don't think I've ever seen that cone thing.
You're going to need one of those from day one.
I've seen different versions of it. I haven't seen.
There are so many different.
I don't think I've ever
because
seen
you can
that
like
puppy
plug
before.
in and check your phone or work
Do
or
everything.
do
I
what
would
you need
do
to
my
do.
hair. You
Madonna
could do your
poses or
makeup.
whatever. Strike a pose.
You could do a tutorial. You could do a tutorial while you were pumping.
And nobody would know.
No, they would hear that pump.
Some people wear those when they drive.
I have done that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You can plug it into the lighter.
But it can plug into your car.
That's awesome. I didn't have a holder. I was a mess. I didn't breastfeed my first one, and then I did with Gage, my little boy, and I was a disaster. Like I didn't know how to use a breast pump. I didn't know how to breastfeed. I was doing everything wrong.
No, it's really a hard thing, and
So
it's
now I'm
so
like this time.
intimidating.
Yeah.
So I have a video on how to breastfeed.
That's
That
good.
is so great.
Gets a lot of views from women and men.
Oh, I'm sure. They're like,
How
figure that
interested
out.
they are in that. They really need to know how it works. No, so that's kind of how it started, to just try to really walk moms through that first year with your baby. And since then we branched out into, you know, all sorts of other stuff. Nutrition, we have a lot of videos for pregnant moms.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Moms of toddlers, potty training, temper tantrums, and then your older kids, how to get them to do chores.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Stuff like that. It's all practical tips for moms, so I hope that it's useful.
That's
It's been
amazing.
really, really fun. I'm having so much fun.
Oh,
and I love watching all your channels too. They're so great.
Yay.
You guys are like role models for me.
I'm
so.
so excited that you're here.
So
Great.
did you have 5 kids? Did you make 5 kids on purpose, or were a couple of them surprises?
Are you asking if I had a surrogate? No.
No. I believe you pushed. I believe they all your
You know,
babies.
we get this
but did y'all
question all the
plan them?
time. I mean, they were basically planned.
Okay,
There's a
yeah.
little bit of sort of, you know, a surprise element, but you know, we definitely wanted all of them. Fortunately, my husband was on board.
Yeah.
And the first year was definitely the hardest. The first 2 are 13 months apart.
Okay.
So thinking back, I remember when I had the third, I had 3 under 2.5, and that was really hard.
Wow.
And you know, people would call and be like, "You want to go out to lunch?" I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, it's nap time. Like,
Right.
this is my downtime." So I had to really try to be organized about what they did, when they ate, when they slept, so that I could try to, you know, make the whole thing work.
Did you
Yeah.
ever think you'd be a YouTube mom star?
No, I mean, I actually used to work at HBO, so my background was in
Okay.
video, but on the other side. So I'm so happy to be on the creative side, and I love the creativity. You know, I love that someone can ask you a question and you can just get on and do a video and communicate with them. And I
Yeah.
love the questions you get from viewers, and I just think it's so amazing. I mean, you could get a question from someone in India, someone in Saudi Arabia, and just to think that these people are watching your stuff,
Yeah.
it's like, it just
Yeah.
warms your heart over, and I hope that it's helpful, you know, for people.
Yeah.
And then they have their own views too, and sometimes that's really, really interesting to see the conversations that people have back and forth.
So tell me more about your kids. So you've got 5.
So I have 5 kids.
So
I
how
have
old's the
3
oldest
very
one?
lively boys. So I have a 9-year-old boy, I have an 8-year-old boy.
Okay.
So they're Headley and Lachlan. Then I
Yeah.
have Beckett, he's 7. I have Annalise, she's going to be 5 in January.
Okay.
And then my baby, she's going to be 3 in December, Marielle.
Oh, those are cool
And
names.
she's the
Pretty,
toughest of the
Marielle.
bunch. She's
little
like
one.
so tough. Oh yeah, don't mess with her.
So are
she
you
holds
done?
her own.
That's what they.
As I always say with this husband, yes.
With this husband.
No, I don't plan on changing husbands. He's a sweetie pie. But yeah, I think for now.
Any advice for new moms and soon to be new mom again?
I know. I can't wait to watch every single one of your
Oh,
videos.
I'm
I
so
feel like
excited.
this is a new experience for me again.
Yeah, I'm so excited about both your babies. I get so excited. I love babies so much. When someone tells me they're having a baby, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I mean, I guess my biggest piece of advice, and a lot of people say this, but I just think it's so true, is that you have to really decide what feels right for you, and nobody will know
Yeah.
your baby the way you do.
Right.
And you have to listen to your instincts. And I remember sometimes having something where I felt my baby wasn't right, and I went into the doctor, and someone would say, that's crazy, you were just at the doctor, but you know what, it turned out then, you know, he had an ear infection or something like that. So really to listen to those instincts, and then to give things time. I get sometimes a comment from someone, they'll be like, oh my gosh, my 2-week-old baby isn't sleeping through the night. I mean, babies are babies.
Right.
You know, and you can
Right.
have a great baby and then they can start to go through a growth spurt and not sleep so well. But I think if you have good, you know, like systems in place, that's what I really believe in, like feeding the baby regularly,
Yeah.
trying to get the baby to nap in the crib. This is my thing. I did not practice attachment parenting. I don't
Right.
criticize it at all. In fact, I think it's amazing when people do it.
What'd you say? Sorry,
Attachment parenting is,
Okay.
well, some people, you know, feed their babies on demand when they want to eat.
Okay.
Pretty much. I did the same thing, but
Oh, okay.
did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I basically felt like I spent my whole life breastfeeding for 7 years. So I didn't really do much else other than breastfeed. However, what I tried to do was make sure the baby was totally full
Yeah.
and then put the baby down for a nap, because
Okay.
that's how I felt like I got a break.
step
And I
back.
didn't wear the baby, you know, all day. But anyway, so I really believe in trying to figure out what works for you.
Right.
You know, thinking about it, giving it time, and just not putting so much pressure on yourself. Like
Yeah.
Right.
looking around and saying, oh, well, you know, her baby does this and she does that. And I just don't believe in that. I don't think there's any such thing as a super mom. I think we all have our good days and our bad days.
Totally.
You know, and we just have to be accepting of each other and supportive. And that's really what Cloud Mom is about.
Yeah.
You know, we have a post today on cloth diapering.
There's so much information, which can be a blessing and a curse, because you don't know, well, for me, I don't know what I'm doing, obviously, and I don't know where to get my information sometimes, or who to trust, or what kind of a mom I'm going to be, and it's just like you're bombarded. But I also, there's been so many little things where I've Googled, like, is it weird to dream about furry cats when you're pregnant? And then it's like, oh, week 17, you dream about furry cats. And I'm like, how would I have ever gotten through anything without having somebody else to like connect with and share these stories? Do you find yourself looking online a lot for like
constantly?
Because you've been through this before, but yet
I've been through it, but I didn't have the internet when I was pregnant with the other two, or any information. So it has been really fun, and it's nice to be able to Google every random thing that pops into my head, and I'm like, okay, someone else is doing this too. So it has been really nice.
Yeah, Angel, were you pretty active on doing your mommy research before?
Kind of, sort of. I watched A Baby Story on TLC like crazy. Was really that was my one.
How old?
God, 4 years old. He just turned 4 in August.
What's his name?
Marcus.
I want to meet him so
Oh my
bad.
gosh,
He's so cute.
I love that
He's so
name.
cute. But I have 3 older sisters, and I really was involved when they, especially the one right above me in age. I was involved when she had her first son, and then, you know, I was involved in my nieces and my nephews' lives when they were growing up. So a lot of stuff was not foreign to me. So the stuff that I had to research was what my body was doing. More so than what the newborn was going to do. And there was still some stuff that, you know, my child didn't do because my child has asthma. None of my other nieces and nephews have asthma.
I have one with asthma too.
Yeah, I mean, and I had asthma. I had asthma growing up, so it did help me a little bit to kind of like know what was going on. But because I had such a tight village and all my girlfriends had babies before me, I kind of wasn't thrown in blind. I was like, I kind of know. It was just body stuff of my own because they couldn't tell me what was happening in their body. Like, so when I was noticing stuff, I was like, is this normal? So that was the type of stuff that I was like, let me find out if this is right or if I need to go talk to a doctor.
Why am I growing a beard?
Yes, exactly. There's hair on my chest.
Make it go away.
That's another piece of advice. I mean, I think it's so important whether you're working, you know, just no matter what, you try to create a community for yourself. At least a few people you can talk to about what's going on. I think it's essential.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel like you did create a community? Because like for me, I'm lucky. I work on the Mom's View. So but if I didn't, what's like a good place to go find people that are in your community?
There are moms groups everywhere. Meetup usually has a lot of, moms will start a group on Meetup and it'll be like moms who like to walk babies in strollers to work out. You can literally find a group that does that. And so I was a part of 2 different mommy groups. I was a part of Stay-at-Home Mommies group and then a mommy group that was specifically women of color.
Oh, really?
Because my child was the only black child in the Stay-at-Home Mommies group. So I was like, I want him to also see kids that look just like him. So these were people that I didn't know before at all, none of them before I had a baby. And then I developed this whole community of women, you know, who are moms, which is huge.
In your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you can meet up with them and talk to them about whatever.
And we are all so close. Now I have people, if I for some reason can't pick up my son and my husband can't, I can call one of them and be like,
that's wonderful.
please go get him.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do the same.
And you can go through so
definitely.
many things together with these moms too. If your babies are the same age, you'll start giving foods at the same point. But I think with that too, it's important to remember that not all babies do things at the same time, and there's a huge range of what's normal. So that was really intimidating for me because my kids did everything late. Actually, they sat up late, they walked very late. One of my kids walked at almost 18 months, and I was like calling the doctor, like, "Oh my gosh, is he ever going to walk?" And there were kids that were walking at 10 months. So that's really important too, that you have to say to yourself that each child is unique and you're going to kind of do what's right for your baby and not pay so much attention to what's going on with other kids.
Yeah, and your husband, you said he's very hands-on and supportive and helps with
everything. Yeah, he does work a lot, but when he's there, he's really, really supportive and
that's good.
helpful with the boys. And
how does he feel about your YouTube fame and success?
Well, I don't know if I'm certainly not, you know, famous like you
But
guys,
you've got
but
a lot
no,
of great
he's been. Thank you so much. He's been really supportive, and he's just such a sweetie, and so that's been fun. And but I don't think he watches the videos, and I try to get my parents to watch the videos. They're like, "We're too busy," and I'm like, "Okay." Yeah.
I'm always reminding my mom. I'm like, did you see my last video?
I'm like, did you see I wrote a blog on you? She's like, oh, yeah, I'll have to read that. And then I have a lot of her recipes up actually on my site and stuff like that. She's a great cook.
Because your cloudmom.com is your blog and your YouTube channel.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You're just such a wonderful resource. I can't wait to just stalk the crap out of you.
I know. We're
going to
know everything.
Let me know if there's other things that you're dealing with that you feel like, if you feel.
Please make a video about how to change a baby's diaper on an airplane. How do you do that?
You can do it.
Yeah.
Because I can barely go to the bathroom on the airplane.
You have to do it.
Yeah, you just
That
do it in
means
your lap.
sitting on that toit.
I think you have to learn how to change the baby in the lap.
Yeah.
You gotta
change the
it
baby
in
on
the
the
lap.
lap. Oh, I was
Yeah.
thinking.
And
never
they
mind.
kind of
Yeah.
place them, right here.
That's what I do. I'd be like,
See, you
like-
moms have all these secrets.
You will too.
And I'm going to get them out of you.
But if there's something that you're dealing with when you're pregnant, let me know, because I always love to hear
Okay.
what people want to know about.
Weight gain.
I think that's a major source of stress, and I think
is.
you have to sort of feel what's right for you. If you're hungry when you're pregnant,
Eat.
you need to
Yeah.
eat. And I think
not my
I know a
problem.
lot of people, they're surprised how quickly it comes off. And
Really?
I actually think nursing is very helpful for that.
I've heard a lot of people say, because what do you just burn calories
You burn
when you're nursing,
so many
right?
calories
'Cause
when you're
literally
nursing, and it actually
oozing them
does
out.
reduce the size of your
Uterus.
Your uterus
Okay.
shrinks, and you sometimes get cramps when you're nursing because that's the feeling of your uterus shrinking.
Do you know what's so interesting though? When I was nursing, I kept my weight on.
Oh,
And then
really?
once I stopped nursing, then I lost
That
the
happens
weight.
too. Yeah, that can happen.
What in the world? I was
Like,
like,
what? Why is this happening to me?
When do you start producing milk? Is that a really dumb question?
It
Oh, okay,
can,
good.
it's not, typically it's not supposed to happen until after you have the baby, after a couple of days, because you're first producing colostrum for the first couple of days. Oh, I remember, because I remember when the milk came in, I was
It
like,
hurt. You're like, wow.
it felt like a fire all of a sudden. Not like
Yeah.
not like, matches, but it was just like a little burning sensation. I was like, what's going on? And then I could see the milk actually coming out.
Okay.
But I do know of people whose milk came in before the baby came.
Okay.
So
Because I'm like, are you coming out anytime soon? But no.
no,
So far
usually
nothing.
not. Yeah, not until after you have the baby.
That's an important thing for new moms to realize. Often they might try to pump early on, or they breastfeed and they worry that they don't have enough milk, and they immediately supplement when they don't necessarily need to.
Supplement with a baby formula?
Yeah.
And I think babies are sort of engineered that they actually don't need to eat that much for the first couple of days.
Interesting.
But it's good to sort of get in the habit and just regularly putting them on the breast, and then your breast milk will start to kick in.
Good to know,
And
ladies.
for some of us on the more flat-chested side, that's an exciting thing, because I'm like, wow.
Oh,
You're like,
yes.
hey,
Everything was low cut. At church, all my breasts hanging out. For Jesus. Like, he gave me these. Merry Christmas to everyone.
I was so opposite. I was like, these are heavy and I hate them. And so you might feel that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything feels heavy.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I know I'm only getting fatter. That's the sad part.
The good thing is, though, is we're going to be doing it
I
together.
know. I'm so happy with
But
her
you'll
at
be,
the same time.
pregnant big is different than just being big. Like I was
true.
215. I was a big
Pregnant.
girl, but
Yeah.
I was pregnant. So I was just like, it is what, and then I had a belly to show for it.
I
so.
can't wait till I have a belly so that I don't just, look like a girl that had one too
Right.
many burritos. I mean, I am that girl. But
But no, when I saw your little pooch, it looks like a pregnant pooch. It does
Okay,
not.
good.
There,
Yeah,
there's
no,
a
you look
complete
great.
difference between the two.
So cute.
I'm so excited to snuggle with the baby. Okay, it's time to chat with our viewers. We've got some Twitter
Okay.
questions. The first one is from Corey. She wants to know, when your children get to the stage when they ask if Santa, the tooth fairy, etc. is real, what will you tell them and how?
I'm avoiding that. My son
mean-
doesn't know.
I deal with that now.
Right.
And I say, if you don't believe, you don't receive. So, you decide. You decide.
She's like, you will believe this lie.
Listen, I love Santa Claus and I love the Tooth Fairy. I love these holidays so much that I'm like, don't take the fun away. You know,
Right.
I'm pretty sure Braley doesn't believe.
She said, if you don't believe, this sweet woman just turned it in. Look, Santa's real.
Don't take this away from me.
It's Kaylee's holiday, okay?
I just love it. I'm like, you guys, let's just be happy and let's not worry about that. Because at school they're like, come on, Santa's not real. And Braley's like, Mom, everyone's saying Santa's not real. And I'm like, well, you decide.
You decide if you want gifts this year. You know what? They're all going to be 18 years old dressing up as Santa Claus for her.
Yeah, I
coming
know.
I just think
problem
it's
is
so
the age.
fun.
Yeah.
You know,
think
sometimes
it's so
it'll be a 10-year-old, but then there can be that older cousin who tells it to your 4-year-old, and you're like, oh.
Right.
So in that case, I say, when I start to get the practical questions, like, how did Santa build a Lego?
Yeah.
You know, like, don't they make toys with wood?
Yeah.
And then I'll say, you know, or how does he come through the chimney? Like our chimney's stopped up. And
Or
they'll
we
say,
don't have a chimney.
It's magic.
Yeah.
So I sort of give a few things away to magic.
Of course, yeah.
My
it's all
son is
magic.
going to be the jerk that ruins it for everyone else's kid. He's going to be like, look at receipts.
Right.
Your mama bought it. My mama showed me the
Really think
receipt.
about this.
And be like, you know how much I spent on that? You going to play with that and be happy. Yeah, that's hilarious.
I have so much fun leaving the trail with the cookies, with the crumbs. And they're like, look, Mom, he ate all the cookies. And I'm like, oh, that's so great.
It's so
I just
cute.
love it. I love it so much.
Cute little lies.
Yeah.
It's funny because I actually grew up Swedish, and in Sweden, the father of the family dresses up as Santa and comes on Christmas Eve, while your actual father is outside holding the reindeer.
Oh, right. Of course.
So my dad pulled this off, you know, and still pulls it off for all the grandchildren every year, and it's just so funny. And then my mom, you know, by mistake is like, Jerry? I mean, Santa?
We have another tweet. This one is from Baby Babu, too. I've always wanted a big family. Any advice for future moms like me? You've got a nice
I
big
say
family.
if you want a big family, go for it. You know, don't listen to what anybody says, because they'll always say, "Oh my Lord, you know, how are you going to do that?" And certain things, if you think about it too much, it just gets so intimidating and scary. And you kind of like with everything, you have to take it day by day. Sort of figure out how you're going to make it through. But I dreamed of having a big family too, and now I'm so happy. But I think any family is so special too. You know, I think it's so special to have one child. You can be so intimate with that child and flexible. We're not as flexible. You know, we can't just like take off. You know, the logistics are more complicated. But
How long were you married before you and your husband decided to have kids?
we got pregnant a couple months after our wedding.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So you guys
okay.
knew you guys talked like we want a
Yeah,
big family
yeah.
together. Okay.
We started in right away.
Like I do, now let's do it.
What about you, Angel? How long were you and the hubs married? And have you wanted a big family? Do you
I
want a
did.
big-
I wanted
yeah.
4, and then that first pregnancy cut that dream off. It was like, no, never. We were married for, let's see, we got married in 2007. We had Marcus in 2009.
Okay, so you had some alone time.
Yeah,
before
yeah.
having
We had like
babies.
a whole year of me not being pregnant, and then we had a little bit of another year of me not being pregnant, and then I was pregnant.
Was that special to have that time first too?
Yeah, and then, you know, we had the time before we were married, too, because we ended up living with each other for a year before we were, while we were engaged. So we didn't get to we enjoyed the selfishness that we got, and we knew as soon as I got pregnant, like, that's all down the tubes.
Right.
Like, we really now have to be thankful, you know, thinking of other people. So I'm glad that we got some time. I sometimes wish we would have had just one more year to do it up, like, you know, how you got to travel
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That's the stuff that we didn't get to do that trying to pay for another ticket just hurts my heart every time. I'm like, another
You're like,
ticket we
"He
got to
will
pay for.
Sit on my lap.
Yes.
Until he's 10.
And yeah, and if my son wasn't so tall, we probably would have pushed the limits. But at 6 months, he was already looking like he had passed the limit of a child being able to travel for free. So that's the only thing. I wish I would have gotten in like 1 year of just really traveling, because now anytime we travel, we want to make sure he's going to see his family. The
Right.
baby is our extra family because he doesn't get to have his cousins. So that's the only thing that.
Yeah.
So I would say get what's her name, Baby Babu?
Yeah.
Get some of the stuff that you want to get done now, or either make sure you're okay with putting them on hold until after your kids are at a place
That's
where
how I
you
felt,
can,
too.
you know, leave them with someone.
Yeah.
How long have you been married for?
3.5 years, and we really wanted that time to just get to know each other even more and travel and get more comfortable financially and feel like we were in better places in our careers. And we wanted to, like, you know, thoughtfully do it. I know you can't plan everything, but we tried to plan it that way. Of course, if it had happened before, we would have been really happy too, but we also didn't date for that long before we got married. And yeah, we just wanted us time. We wanted to be selfish and jump on a plane, and we did all those things that we said we wanted to do. I mean, of course, I still think like there's a few things I didn't get to do. Like I haven't gone on a safari in Kenya yet, and I'm really upset about that. But I'm hoping that I still will.
Yeah.
I've always had this fear that like the second I get pregnant, my life is gonna end.
No.
So far, it's coming true. But no, it's a whole new chapter, and I wanted to get to a place where I felt really happy with everything that I'd done to get to this point. And I can honestly say that. I've never been more ready than I am now.
Good.
So, like, if you would have asked me a year ago, I would have been like, I haven't been to Japan yet.
I need to go to Japan.
What about you? Did
you were young.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were married for 4 months.
Okay.
It was not planned, and yeah, we jumped right into it. We were really young when we got married, but we had dated for 3 years.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, so we grew up together with a baby, and it's worked out great. Yeah, I've never had dreams of traveling.
Yeah.
I love camping, and it's so much more fun with your family, with your kids, and so I feel like everything that I wanted to do in my life involved a family.
Oh, great.
So yeah, it's great. And
good.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to traveling. I hope that we're going to be the kind of parents that do continue to travel, because that's always been
sure you
like
will.
my passion is getting on a plane. That's when I'm the happiest, when I'm going somewhere new on a plane. So hopefully my little nugget will be a jet setter. Like me.
Well, if he
That would be
starts
so
to
fun.
do that, he'll probably be really flexible. And
Yeah.
you'll get better at
Yeah.
it too. We actually flew to Florida with all 5 kids last summer.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, was it
And it's just so funny the looks you get when you get on the plane.
With 5 kids?
Yeah,
Or just
people
with
are like,
baby in
ooh,
general?
you know, and I'm like, they're not that bad.
Yeah.
I swear. And then I was going around apologizing to everyone. I know somebody recommends that you bring a little gift bag for
Yeah.
your neighbors on the plane.
Oh, really?
Somebody,
That's a
I
cute
saw
idea.
this actually, put a little note in there, you know, we'll hope we won't inconvenience you too much. So I think you can think about that. But I think also, you know, your priorities change too, and the things that you care about. And so, whereas before you want to might be at the latest restaurant, now you're so happy to sit on your floor, like reading your kid a book. And it's like the most special thing. And it's just,
I agree.
you're so content. So I think that changes too.
Yeah.
And then you'll just have to do the
I went
safari
to a
with your
I
child.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's going to be a well-traveled
Googled-
child. I want to come too, by the way.
Yes.
Can I come?
Absolutely. I Googled how old should a kid be to take him on a safari, and there was this forum, this one woman was like, I want to bring my 7-month-old, and then all these responses were
yeah,
like,
that's young.
are you crazy? It's like an open Jeep, like your baby could fly out any second. I was like, so maybe it won't be the first year.
Yeah.
Maybe
But you
it'll
know what? I mean,
after.
that could be something that you and Michael go and do, because
Yeah.
it's so nice to get some alone time with your
Absolutely.
husband after you have the baby,
Yeah.
and you'll need it, and you have a great family that
Yeah.
I'm sure would love to take care of it. So yeah,
Yes.
it
I'm
all
sure they
it all
will.
balances out.
I know. I think I'm getting over those fears because I've met so many moms that still have such exciting lives still. And I'm like, it's those women that have really inspired me to be like, okay, I'm not getting any younger. I want, you know, at least 2, maybe 3 babies. So I need to get on it and get busy.
Get busy.
Go for 5.
I used to want 4, but
We'll see what
then
happens.
it depends. It depends on, you know, how much money I'm making. Honestly, that I think has a lot to do with it. And then how easy or difficult the actual
I feel like you're
afterbirth
never-
process is.
You're
But
never making enough money. That's what I feel like to
Yeah.
have kids. Well, unless you're Beyonce. But you're never making
No,
enough
it's
money.
so surprising getting hit all this thing, the soccer, it's always
Yeah.
coming at you.
Thank you so much for joining us. That was such a fun treat
I
having
had
you
so
on
much
here.
fun chatting with
You're
you guys.
a wonderful resource.
I can't wait to hear more about these babies.
I can't wait to watch every single one of your
I know.
videos.
We're
Thank
gonna
you
have
so
a
much.
marathon after marathon of just like, what do I do with this? What do I do with that? Yeah, so thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for sharing your expertise and knowledge on our show today. It was really a treat.
Great to be here.
Yay! And you guys can tune in next Thursday at 2. We will be here. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
Bye.